Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health with Sara Banta. I'm a wife, mom of 3, and an NANP certified supplement professional. But that's not all. I'm also the founder of the most innovative health supplement company, awarded 4 years in a row, Accelerated Health Products, a brand offering innovative natural scalar enhanced supplements to optimize your health. And this podcast is not just a source of information. We are a community. We're all here to learn and grow on our health journeys, regardless of where you are today. And the podcast is the springboard to learning, and the group coaching that's free is on Telegram, and that's where we continue learning together. You can ask your questions. I post tips and tools every single day to keep you moving forward on this journey. So here's what you can expect. New episodes every Monday and Wednesday with in-depth health discussions like today and expert guests, hot topics that are in the news every Friday to keep things fun, and then of course followed with the free group coaching on Telegram, where you can ask your questions that you're like, wait a second, what did you say in your podcast? I need more answers. Well, have you thought about detoxing? But you're a little worried about those detox flu symptoms. You don't want to be put on a juice cleanse. You don't want to be hungry. I've created over 10 unique, easy detox cleanses, just from the colon cleanse and getting you pooping, to the kidney cleanse or bladder cleanse, to the liver flush cleanse, which everybody needs at least 3 to 4 times a year to get those stones out of your body and in the toilet. And then the big one, the accelerated diet cleanse, that gives you a reset on your weight loss plateau, your gut, your brain, your thyroid, all the things. You can take my detox quiz at SaraBantaHealth.com to find out which one's right for you. Maybe you don't want a detox. Maybe that's too much for you. Maybe you just want to start with 1, 2, 3 supplements. Fill out the protocol, the free supplement protocol on the website, and I personally will put together a protocol just for you. Just by taking a few steps forward, I promise your life will change. The difference is I'm here every step of the way. Today, we're talking about supplements to help with hair loss. If I had $1 for how many of you have come to me saying, I'm losing my hair, especially in the last couple of years, I'd be a wealthy woman. And it can be embarrassing and frustrating, deeply concerning, especially for us women. It's a little more socially acceptable for you guys, even though I know it bothers you guys as well. And there's a lot of shampoos, there's a lot of conditioners and serums and things that you're supposed to put topically, red light, brushes to stimulate the scalp. All of those things are great, but they're the cherry on top. Just like with any other health condition, you gotta fix the inside first. And you gotta stop spending the money on the topical things before you do the internal things. Your health of your hair is directly related to thyroid, protein, and I love it. I had a conversation with my parents this weekend over protein. And my dad's like, well, there's protein in pancakes, right? And how much protein am I supposed to get? And well, you're 180 pounds. You're supposed to get 180 grams of protein a day. And that one egg that you had with your toast and your muffin and your orange juice provided 6 grams of protein. So we're going to talk about protein. Detoxification. So it's not just about what you're taking in, it's what you're getting rid of. And now we're in this world of major toxicity, and I talk about it all the time. It's causing your autoimmune disease, your pain, your brain fog, your hormonal imbalances, your infertility, the lack of ability to build muscle. That is all partly due to the toxicity that we have in this world. And guess what the first thing to go is? Your body cares about its organs to keep you alive. It doesn't care about what you look like. The first things to go are your nails and your hair, and then your skin. So you've got to be in really good health internally for your body to produce good, strong hair. And if any of this stuff is falling apart, the wheels fall off, the hair is going to fall off. And the hair will respond very quickly. Stress. I mean, I know that you've probably gone through some severe stressful period of time, and within like 6 weeks to 4 months after, you'll lose a ton of hair. You're like, wait a second. Well, it stopped that growth cycle to deal with the stress, and then it lets go of all the hair all at once. Now, if you can get rid of that stress, the hair will come back. This is the good news. At the age of 49, I don't have the most amazing hair, but I sure do have a lot thicker hair than I did when I was 20. And my goodness, after 3 pregnancies and that last pregnancy, looking in the mirror at my hair after spending thousands and thousands of dollars on all the serums and toxic hair supplements, that's another thing that we should talk about. I thought I was going to be wearing a wig within 5 years because I had no hair. It was so thin. I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want the sun to shine on my scalp. I didn't want it to see light through my hair. I was so self-conscious about my hair. I had acne, but the acne didn't bother me as much as the hair did. It was horrible. And so for you women, I get it. And now we're in this world where more and more women are suffering from hair loss than ever before. When I was suffering, I felt like I was the only one. That's the other thing. It's very isolating. You then look at all of your friends with this thick, gorgeous hair. My daughter, we laugh because in the womb on my ultrasound, she had this full head of hair. And both daughters had such thick hair. Actually, my son too, when they were growing up. And puberty hormones have changed all of their hair. So they're all very self-conscious about it, and they've got great hair. But they probably are self-conscious because they were looking at their mom going, oh gosh, is that my destiny? What can I do about it now when I'm young? I'm like, you better look at your diet. You better look at how you're taking care of yourself. So hair can become weak, thin, slow growing, prone to that excessive shedding. I mean, you guys have come to me and have had your stories of clogging the drains, clogging the sink drain. Your brush is full of hair every time you brush your hair. And what type of gel and stuff can you put in your hair to make it look thicker? And most women, at least in my town, if they've got long hair, it's extensions. It's not real. And that can make your hair even weaker. So it's going to make the problem even worse. So, hair loss is usually seen as just a vanity issue, but it actually is a reflection of a deeper root cause in the body. So if you're losing your hair, you need to think, okay, what else is going on? It's a sign of some sort of stress. It shuts off the functions that don't help with survival, directs all that energy to the more important organs like the liver, the gut, the kidneys, the brain. And it's not even just about what you're consuming with vitamins and nutrients and proteins and food, because that food has to be converted into nutrients or absorbed by the cells and converted into energy. So I talked a lot about liver and my experience with my liver enzymes going through the roof. And that was due to a supplement with a toxic form of a vitamin B1 in it. Okay, here I'm taking a vitamin. B vitamins are really important for hair. It was causing toxicity in my liver enzymes to go up. I was not breaking down the protein I was eating. I was eating at least 150 grams of protein a day, way more than I need, plus other things, thinking that I'm getting all I need. And I saw a little hair loss, and I saw muscle mass because my body then started eating away at its own muscle because it wasn't able to break down the protein that I was taking in through my diet. So you have to think, okay, something isn't right? So yes, we want to get our hair to grow back, but we also want to look at that deeper factor. So what are the most common triggers of hair loss? Number one is stress, right? We talked about stress. Stress will tell your body, shut down everything so I can survive. So I can survive a famine. I can survive being chased by a tiger. I can survive, the financial stress. the fight with my husband, whatever it is. Your body doesn't know the difference. All it knows is stress hormones go up, shut down digestion, shut down hair growth, shut down nails. Don't care about the skin. Let's just protect those organs around your belly. Let's put an extra layer of fat there. We're going to shut down the fat burning. We're going to increase the fat storage without changing any calorie intake or any diet, all of those things. Stress, stress, stress. That is number one. Lack of sleep is a stressor. Too much cardio is a stressor. Too much cold plunging in sauna and working out is a stressor. Too much of it. Too much of anything is not a good thing. So look at your daily habits. How is your sleep? I follow my sleep score so closely with my Oura Ring. And when I was going through that issue of the liver situation, and then I rolled right into a parasite candida infection, and I was working so hard on my sleep because I knew that was the most important. Now, parasites love to wake you up in the middle of the night, so it was very tough because I would wake up and it wasn't my fault. But you know what? I worked on my stress level, what I could, but the parasites and the candida infection is a stressor on my internal body. So I had to do extra things for my hair to make sure I was giving it abundant amount of protein, abundant amount of iodine. We'll get into that in a minute. And I was using the Hiwi. The Hiwi is an amazing tool that you can use for frequency. It has hair growth programs for that. So if you have any questions about that, it just message me, DM me, and I can tell you more about that. But behind stress, all of these other things are stressors, so they all come under that big bucket of stress. But iodine deficiency, 95% of you are deficient in iodine. It is that missing mineral for so many functions: your thyroid, your metabolism, your fat burning, and your hair. So it improves your energy, your cognition. It's the number one mineral for depression. It is the number one mineral for mitochondrial health, immunity. It fights viruses, bacteria, fungus, parasites, all the things. You better believe I was taking that during my situation. But your thyroid is all about your hair. So without enough iodine, the thyroid gland cannot produce the adequate amount of thyroid hormones, T3 and T4. That is your metabolism, is T3. That 3 and 4 stand for 3 and 4 molecules of iodine. How are you going to have thyroid hormones without iodine, right? You need it for hair growth, strength, scalp circulation throughout the body. If your thyroid is sluggish, your poop is sluggish, your digestion is sluggish, your movement sluggish, your fluid retention gets worse. You can't pull your rings off your finger. You can't see your ankles because you've got edema. Well, same with your scalp. There's no circulation to get to your brain. That's why you have brain fog too. Your hair's not going to grow either. So how does this cause hair loss? Low thyroid hormones keep the hair follicles from regenerating, causing the excessive shedding of hair. So it slows down the hair follicle turnover. It creates brittle and weak hair strands because it decreases the keratin production, making hair break more easily. It causes your scalp to be dry and irritated and flaky and inflamed. Any inflammation is going to inhibit that function. So inflammation of the liver is going to inhibit the liver's function. Inflammation of the gut is going to cause a down-regulated digestion. So it goes for the hair too. Iodine is really important for the pigment of your hair. So you can have premature graying. And then to make things so much worse, we've got the halogens like the fluoride, the chlorine, and bromide coming from our water, our air, our processed foods. And these elements displace iodine. So for every receptor site that iodine is supposed to go into, if you don't have enough iodine in the body, these halogens look just like iodine. They're going to fill those receptor sites and clog them and create wreak havoc on whatever part of the body you're talking about, including your hair. So it blocks the uptake of iodine, and that will also contribute to low thyroid, which will contribute to even more hair loss. Do you see how these things, it's like a domino effect, and all of these things are connected. So then you've got not just the halogens and those toxins, but you've got the endocrine disruptors. The endocrine system is controlled by the thyroid. The thyroid is the master endocrine gland. It regulates the hormones, the stress, the adrenals, excess estrogen, testosterone levels, and even insulin. All of these factors affect hair growth individually, and they play a direct role in that hair follicle activity, scalp health, the shedding cycles. Endocrine disruptors are in the plastics. You hear a lot about microplastics, pesticides, food preservatives, even the chemical-laden personal care products that you're putting in your hair. Oh no. So you could be putting in your hair some gel to make it increase the volume, and it could have these toxins clogging the scalp and the hair follicle, making the hair growth worse. It just gets better and better, doesn't it? So, okay, we've got the plastics. These mimic estrogen, leading to estrogen dominance. That triggers fat gain, hormonal imbalances, infertility, brain fog, all the things, but also hair thinning. You've got the pesticides, the glyphosate, the herbicides. These slow down thyroid hormone production and increase hair loss. The fluoride and chlorine, they block that iodine uptake. And then you've got the synthetic fragrances and parabens. Are you spraying perfume right on your thyroid? Not a good idea. They act as xenoestrogens, increasing that estrogen dominance and then causing hair loss. So since the endocrine system directly regulates hair follicle growth and scalp circulation, it will cause hair thinning and excessive shedding and slow regrowth. Number 3, and all of you have experienced this who have been exposed to the spike protein in the pandemic, and have to be careful with how I say this, but emerging research points to spike protein exposure, whether from the illness or environmental shedding. It can contribute to increased hair loss. Even my mom, who had a huge, wonderful head of hair, she experienced hair loss. And then you know what she did? She'd stare in the mirror going, I'm losing my hair. That mental component, super important. Don't focus on it in the negative. If you want to look in the mirror at your hair loss, you need to say, oh, I see new hair growth. And you encourage the positive thoughts, because the negative thoughts are only going to make it worse. But the spike protein can increase inflammation, oxidative stress, vascular damage throughout the body, all of which impacts the scalp circulation and hair follicle growth. It affects the liver, the ACE2 receptor, and that will lead to all of these things: water retention, slow metabolism, stress, everything. And that increased inflammation will damage the hair follicles, making it more difficult for that normal hair growth, the microvascular damage, reducing the circulation to the scalp, and just autoimmune activation. So spike protein has been shown to activate some dormant viruses, parasites, candida, all those things. And when your immune system is under attack, what's it going to do? It's stressed out. It's going to shut down the hair growth. So this is a new factor that we're dealing with. Number 4, the healthy foods and oxalates. So these are naturally occurring compounds found in certain plant foods that bind to minerals and prevent their absorption. They're usually associated with kidney stones, but they can contribute to low thyroid, hair loss, blocking the absorption of zinc, calcium, and magnesium. So here you are taking in your vitamins, and they're not working because the oxalates are there, and these are essential for hair growth. They also, oxalates slow down thyroid because they love to attach themselves to the thyroid. Think of them as like little toothpicks getting jabbed into your joints and your tissues and your thyroid. So it's going to slow down the production of whatever that function is of the part of the body. So where are these foods? Spinach, beets, sweet potatoes, almonds. Spinach and almonds are the worst. Dark chocolate even. And so if you are in a stressful situation, if you're having gut issues, if you can't figure out why you're losing hair, cut out the oxalates. Turmeric. How many of you are taking turmeric for your joints? Not a good idea. It's supposed to reduce inflammation, but they're full of oxalates. I was drinking fresh squeezed organic turmeric for a couple months, and I couldn't figure out why I was retaining water and passing kidney stones. So there you go. Even some certain herbal supplements have oxalates, so you need to know where you're getting your supplements from. So they reduce the absorption of those really amazing minerals, zinc, calcium, and magnesium. They increase that inflammation through the body, and they slow down your thyroid. All of those things are connected to hair loss. Now, next is the sulfur foods, another group of healthy foods. So sulfur is essential for hair growth because it's a key component to keratin, but most people today are unable to process sulfur sufficiently and because of glyphosate exposure. Even if you're on an organic diet, you're getting glyphosate somehow, and that's disrupting the sulfur metabolism. That leads to the inability to process sulfur-based amino acids, and that is a crucial building block for that keratin. And then you've got just oxidative stress and hair thinning from the sulfur. And then it's an increased burden on the liver. These sulfur compounds, because your body and your liver cannot break them down, it's going to slow down your liver function. So try to avoid some of these foods. They're in your supplements like DIM, which is supposed to help with estrogen dominance, that should help with hair thinning. But it's backfiring because DIM is full of cruciferous vegetables: broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, kale, onions, garlic, egg yolks. Those are all high sulfur foods. Even glutathione, NAC, and MSM are sulfur-based supplements. Your medication, if it's got sulf in the word, it's a sulfur-based medication. And any medication is poison to the liver in the first place, so it's going to possibly cause hair loss. Next are the heavy metals. These cause hair thinning and scalp inflammation: lead, mercury, aluminum, cadmium. They accumulate in the thyroid, the liver, the bloodstream, blocking detoxification pathways and disrupting your hormonal balance. When I was at my rock bottom and my hair literally was as thin as possible, I got tested for heavy metals, and the doctor literally said, the amount of lead in your body is not even on the chart. It's above. It's off the charts. I was high in lead, mercury, and aluminum. So you got to get those things out. The heavy metals block iodine absorption. They increase oxidative stress, increase inflammation. That's all going to cause slow growth, hair falling out, and all of those things. The heavy metals are in your tap water, your seafood, like mercury, like fish like tuna and swordfish, radiation from Fukushima. That's why you also have to be careful of kelp and any iodine supplement from Asia. This is where it really matters, where you know where your iodine supplements are coming from. Most of the iodine in your supplements, whether it's a sea kelp, even a nascent iodine form, probably coming from Asia. It's got to be labeled non-GMO, organic, pure iodine with a carrier of 200 proof alcohol. Glycerin is messy, sticky, and lowers the absorption of that nascent iodine. Alcohol that is not 200 proof is watered down, making it less bioavailable to the cells. But first thing is, most iodine supplements coming from Asia have radioactivity in them from Fukushima. So most vaccinations and medications have aluminum or mercury in them, so that's something to think about. Cosmetics, personal care products are aluminum-based. Deodorants, and that's a toughie. If you've got a good deodorant that you like that is natural, comment below. I'd love to know what it is. My family keeps asking me because they've tried everything they say, but it's not worth putting aluminum on your lymph nodes underneath your armpits. Guys, it's not worth it. Okay, number 7, a lack of protein. This is huge. Now remember, it's not just the protein, but is your body able to assimilate it for your muscles and your hair? Hair is primarily made of keratin, a protein that requires the amino acids to form strong, healthy strands. This is why so many people on the Ozempics of the world are losing their hair, because they don't eat. They're on a restrictive diet, right? And when they do eat, they're not eating protein. They're not focused on protein. You got to get 1 gram of protein at least per pound of body weight. So if the body's lacking high quality protein from animal sources, because vegan sources are not assimilated in the body as well, and they could be causing inflammation from mold or plant poisons, from the oxalate sulfur, the lectins, other factors that could be inhibiting their absorption. Unfortunately, wild animal protein is the best source of protein for your hair. When you vegans start maybe just dabbling with a little bit of animal protein, you're probably going to see a difference. But protein deficiency reduces keratin production, leading to the weaker, brittle hairs, slows down the hair growth, which prolongs the resting phase of the hair cycle, and weakens the scalp tissue, making the follicles more susceptible to damage. Next, copper. People always think, well, I'm anemic because I don't have enough iron and that's attached to hair, but it's actually copper. Copper is that forgotten mineral that's necessary for hundreds of mechanisms, including hair growth, hair color, and even eye color, eye pigmentation, and hair circulation. It plays a key role in the production of melanin, the pigment responsible for hair color, and the formation of collagen and elastin. Those are also important for your skin, right? So it's essential for iron absorption. So for anemia, you've got plenty of iron in your body. It's in just all the wrong places. We need copper to open the door to let the iron get to where it needs to go. So that if you're having premature gray hairs compared to your siblings, you might be deficient in copper. If your hair's falling out, you got to look at your copper. The problem is processed foods and separately the spike protein both accelerate the depletion of copper out of your body. So over the last 5 years, we all have gotten depleted of copper more than normal. And copper is needed to help form that scalp nourishing blood vessels. Oxygen is not delivered to the hair roots without copper. And you need that collagen and elastin, especially as we get older. So as you can tell, hair loss is not going to be rescued by shampoo and conditioner, unfortunately. You need the iodine, the copper, get rid of the toxins, increase the protein. And so let's talk about the supplements that actually work. And like I said, this topic is so close to my heart because I have struggled with it all of my life. And now at the age of 49, I have thicker hair than I've ever had. Like I mentioned, it's not amazing, but it is thicker. I don't have extensions. I also don't dye my hair. I have about 7 gray hairs. I do a little highlights, but I don't have to color my hair because of grays. And I can't be happier. Would I love it even thicker? Yes, but I'm happy with what God gave me, and I'm doing the most I can with it. So number 1, accelerating iodine. Right, like I mentioned, that thyroid is the number 1 cause of, or the power behind your body's ability to grow hair. And without enough iodine, the thyroid cannot make the thyroid hormones T3 and T4, where the 3 and 4 stand for molecules of iodine. Iodine deficiency is affecting 96% of the United States, and we are then bombarded with more fluoride, more chlorine, more bromide than ever before in history. So you wonder why so many people have unexplained weight gain, unexplained edema, fertility issues, adrenal issues, all the things that go back to low thyroid health. Accelerating iodine. It is the only one that I know of that's organic, non-GMO iodine in the monoatomic, but most bioavailable form, singlet atom of iodine. When it's single atom, it is looking for a place to be absorbed. It is the only one that is connected or uses a carrier of 200 proof alcohol. If it's 100 proof alcohol, that means it's 50% water. Anytime you add any water to the alcohol, then it changes the ability to be absorbed by the cells. So you could have the most bioavailable iodine, but with a lower proof of alcohol, it's not going to get into the cells. You could have the most bioavailable iodine carried with glycerin that's messy and sticky and thick. It's not going to deliver it into the cells as well. All non-GMO, organic, from South America, deep under the God's earth, untouched by modern man, untouched by radioactivity, toxins, heavy metals, all the things. So it is the only iodine I trust. It's enhanced with scalar frequencies like all the accelerated health products. And that just means that it will help rebalance the cellular structure, help with the absorption, and make it more effective. And it helps not just kick out the toxins that cause hair loss, but it will give you the proper iodine that encourages hair growth. You need that iodine inside the cells to increase ATP, that cell's energy. You need increased ATP for liver function, for detoxification, to have the energy to get the nutrients to the brain, to the scalp, to increase that circulation. You need that ATP for overall health. As soon as your mitochondria die, you die. The number one cause for mitochondrial failure in the body, and that goes for everything, including hair, is iodine deficiency. So that's number one. If you're not taking your acceleradine, that is number one. Number two, accelerated thyroid. Because if we don't have good thyroid health, then we're not going to have good hair growth. Hair depends on that healthy thyroid. Accelerated thyroid promotes the conversion of T4 into the active T3. It helps with your adrenals. It includes the amino acids and peptides that support the thyroid. It's all natural, and it's the only thyroid supplement glandular that contains conchinara. So we add into our formulas modern nutraceuticals with traditional Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic herbs to get that balance and that synergy of the old and the new. And conchinara guggul is a traditional Ayurvedic herb known for detoxifying the lymph system and supporting hormonal balance, helping with thyroid nodules, and help boosting thyroid health. So when you combine the acceleradine iodine with the accelerated thyroid, it's the 1-2 punch that gives your thyroid all of that nutrients and goodness that's going to encourage hair growth. Number three, we talked about protein. So the other part of the conversation with my dad was, hey, you're not going to get in your 180 grams of protein from animals. I know you, because of the way you eat. Take accelerated aminos. Amino acid supplements, essential amino acids. So the amino acid supplement, accelerated aminos, has taken essential amino acid market to another level. And this product came out of the fact that I was reacting to and having bloat and water retention and liver backup from the top seller of essential amino acids. I don't name names, but it was causing issues. So we wanted to formulate an essential amino acid supplement with no fillers, and then also with not just the 9 essential amino acids absorbed 99%, but other ingredients that encourage muscle growth, prevents the muscle breakdown, increases ATP energy, helps with the brain health, increases VO2 max, your performance in the gym, your ability to build muscle and burn fat all at once. But those essential amino acids, you're going to see your hair growth and your nails grow. It is the fastest absorbed essential amino acid supplement it absorbs within the body within 15 minutes. So you take it before your workout. You can take a second dose after your workout. You can take it before bed to encourage growth hormone, which of course is going to help your hair as well. It supports that keratin production for the thicker, stronger strands of hair. It helps with the hair follicles. It fuels the collagen and elastin synthesis within the body. And that HMB that I mentioned is a metabolite of leucine, which helps protect muscles and connective tissues. And that's really important for your hair follicles as well. So that is number 3. Number 4, you can't have health of any organ, any tissue, even hair, without the healthy liver. And like I mentioned, when my liver was under attack, the wheels came off, including my hair, my skin, my nails. Accelerated liver care. I started taking it. The timing was literally a God thing. We launched the product right when I was going through this trauma. And within 2.5 weeks, my liver enzymes went from 700 down to normal. Unreal. And I was even shocked. So there are ingredients in this liver supplement, 13 very rare herbs and herbs that you've heard of, like tonka and milk thistle, and calcium D-glucarate, which helps with the estrogen dominance, but some other ones that you haven't heard of, like Pauperera and Bupleurum and Andrographis. These boost the immune system, restore the liver health, detox the liver, regenerate the liver cells, helps eliminate the excess estrogen, improves that bile production. Bile is really important for enhancing the absorption of your fats and the vitamins A, D, E, and K, which are super important for your hair. And it helps remove heavy metals, hormonal disruptors. So remember, it's not just about what you're taking in and your diet and the air and the water. It's what you're not taking in and what you're getting rid of. It will help reduce that inflammation and oxidative stress. Number 5, and these are a lot, but I wanted to go over all of these so that you could either choose to go, okay, I only can handle 1 or 2 or 3 supplements, or give me the whole laundry list. I want all of them. So I'm doing them in order of importance. Next is accelerated scalar copper. Like I mentioned, all the benefits of copper for your hair, but accelerated scalar copper is scalar enhanced, and it's 99% absorbed. Most copper supplements are only 5 to 10% absorbed. You get what you pay for. So that copper helps with the melanin production is needed. It needs copper, and that helps reverse even premature gray hair. It reinforces the strength of the hair shaft and collagen, and it helps with the circulation. It also helps with that iron absorption, and copper balances zinc in the body. So those are all different ways it can help. So those are the supplements. Now, you also got to eliminate the processed foods. Try to eliminate all of the factors that we talked about that are causing your hair loss. Reduce your stress. Do your yoga. Do your journaling. Read your Bible. Go for a walk with your dog. All of those things help boost your immune system as much as you can. But hair is a window into your health. You've got to address something deeper. No shampoo or serum is going to take care of your hair loss. So the supplements, again, the accelerated iodine, number 1. Number 1 for all of your health issues. Number 2, accelerated thyroid. Number 3, the accelerated aminos. Number 4, accelerated liver care. Number 5, accelerated scalar copper. So thanks for listening. Our discussion does not have to stop here. If you're feeling lost in the supplement world, no worries. I'm here to help. I know it can be confusing. Start by getting your free supplement protocol. Tell me about your hair loss. Tell me, when did it start? What do you think it's connected to? You complete the form on my website, SaraBantaHealth.com, and I will put together a protocol for you. Follow me on social media at Accelerated Health Products, and join the free group coaching on Telegram. There's no downside. You're connected with like-minded people, and you learn every single day. Find this podcast, Accelerated Health with Sara Banta, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, E360, iHeartRadio, and over 100 different platforms. Share this with a friend. How many of your female friends are losing their hair? They're complaining, they're wearing extensions or even wigs. They need to know this information. You can use podcast 10, the coupon, to get 10% off site-wide. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.